Good evening and welcome to SECO Energy's 2024 virtual annual meeting. I'm Scott Boyette, your District 1 trustee and board vice president. SECO Energy bylaws and Florida statute require that cooperatives hold an annual meeting. As SECO Energy membership grows, a virtual meeting has shown to be more inclusive of the membership. Thank you for tuning in with us online this evening. And now, it's time to call the annual meeting to order. I'm officially closing our voting platform, and the annual meeting business votes can be tallied, and most importantly, the prize winners can be randomly selected. Jerry Helms, SECO Energy's executive administrator to the CEO and board, have been appointed as the recording secretary for the annual meeting today. Stay tuned for the announcements of the prize winners at the end of today's webcast. Will you please join me for a prayer? Dear Lord, we pray for all the SECO Energy members and the employees who have joined us today for our annual meeting. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve our membership and our community. Please guide us through the upcoming year. We are so grateful for the last year's success and achievements. May your spirits move in our hearts, opening them up to hear what we have to offer and bring light to both possibility and realities. At this time we gather together, we celebrate the many gifts you have to offer. Help us to live in such a way that we draw closer to your vision. May you guide us and look over us always. Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, those bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Your SECO Energy Board of Trustees are here with us this evening. Please welcome your trustees as they introduce themselves. Our board secretary-treasurer and District 9 trustee, Morgan Hatfield, will certify the annual meeting notice. Once again, thank you for joining us this evening.
Good evening. My name is Joyce Anderson, and I'm the District 2 trustee. I've been a member of SECO Energy since 2017, and I was elected to the Board of Trustees in 2020. I'm a CPA who spent over 2 decades serving as a VP controller for a nonprofit utility. In my former position, we assisted the city of St. Paul, Minnesota, when a for-profit utility abandoned a dilapidated steam plant and walked away. Your Board of Trustees works to keep electric services affordable and reliable. We also understand the balance between fossil fuels and the emerging renewable fuel sources.
I'm Shannon Wright, SECO Energy District 5 trustee. I have been a member of SECO Energy since 2014 and was elected to the Board of Trustees in 2022. The journey towards excellence is marked by milestones of gratitude, dedication, and steadfast commitment to the well-being of our members and community. It's a journey we navigate together. I am honored to serve my District 5 members, and I thank you for trusting me as your representative.
Good evening. I'm Mike Muffett, your District 6 trustee. I've been a member of SECO Energy since 1984 and was elected to the board in 2020. It's been my privilege to serve SECO members. Thank you for joining us today.
I am Joseph Kuziak, your recently re-elected District 7 trustee. I have been a member of SECO Energy since 2002 and was first elected to the Board of Trustees in 2018. The Board of Trustees' collective ability fuels our mission, and gratitude to our members powers the cooperative spirit that defines our shared success. It's a privilege to contribute to this positive impact.
Welcome, SECO Energy members. I am Morgan Hatfield, District 9 trustee and SECO Energy's Board of Trustees Secretary-Treasurer. I have been a member of SECO Energy since 2019 and have served as District 9 trustee since 2021. It is a true honor to serve both my neighbors in District 9 and SECO Energy's membership. I am grateful for your trust and appreciate the opportunity to represent our district through my service on SECO Energy's Board of Trustees. In my role as Secretary-Treasurer of Sumter Electric Cooperative, which is doing business as SECO Energy, I certify that between the dates of February 8th, 2024 and March 11th, 2024, SECO Energy mailed or delivered electronically to each member of record with the cooperative the 2024 annual meeting notice of the membership. This membership meeting is being held today, Thursday, March 21st, 2024. I am proud to be a part of a cooperative that has served Central Florida for 85 years. And now I'd like to welcome Board President Gerald Anderson. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Gerald Anderson, your District 3 trustee and board president. Thank you, SECO members, for joining us this evening. As president of the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to report that 2023 was a very productive year. We embraced a new direction that followed our vision at SECO Energy. We call it One SECO, bringing every level of our employees together to form a strong mission, working together for 240,000 members. SECO and its Central Florida communities are benefiting from an increased number of folks locating to the Sunshine State. We are managing the challenges we face in the energy industry today while maintaining our mission to provide reliable and innovative energy services to our members and communities. Our board understands that the energy industry is challenging. We have solutions to tackle today's challenges and keep pace with the energy industry as it evolves. Additionally, we are keeping our rates as low as possible. As a matter of fact, our rates are among the lowest in Florida. We know affordable electric service is important to you, and it is foremost in our minds. The board has approved the most aggressive facilities improvement plans in our history. Improvements that will update our employee work environment and enhance services to our members. It is not just about sticks and bricks. We are moving forward with technology. One of our most innovative energy sources to date is SECO Energy's adoption of advanced metering infrastructure, or AMI. This is one of my favorite accomplishments because when completed, it will save millions of dollars. So far, the cooperative has already installed over 70,000 AMI meters that provide members the ability to monitor and control electric usage, saving dollars every month. SECO Energy is divided into 9 geographic districts, and a trustee is elected from each district. As published in our January newsletter, each SECO board member is as good as gold. Every board member has invested hundreds of hours in training to complete and maintain the Director Gold credential, which is the highest continuing education program offered by the NRECA. This places SECO Energy in a truly elite category. This achievement stands out among the over 800 U.S. distribution cooperatives, making our board one of a very select few to reach this pinnacle. On a sadder note, earlier this year, Richard Rick Dennison, our District 4 trustee, passed away. I and my fellow board members are deeply saddened by his loss. Rick was a SECO member for almost 25 years. He served on SECO's board for almost 10 years. During his tenure, he held the positions of vice president and president and was our representative on the board of Seminole Electric Cooperative, our generating and transmission provider. Rick generously gave his time and energy to SECO board and its members. He was a tireless advocate for his district and community. He is missed by all of us at SECO Energy. District 4 members will hold a special election on April 9th in the district to elect a trustee to fill the rest of Mr. Dennison's term. I also want to take a few minutes to acknowledge our outgoing District 8 trustee, Bill James, a longtime trustee who this year decided to retire from SECO service. Bill has done a great job for the members of his district and SECO as a whole. He has always put SECO and its members first. Bill has always been willing to help his fellow trustees and members and to share his wealth of energy industry knowledge. Bill is a man who believes in the 7 cooperative principles and providing you with safe, reliable, and economical electric power. As I mentioned earlier, SECO members pay some of the lowest rates in the state. Not only has Bill served on the SECO Energy Board, but he also spent 7 years as SECO representative on the Seminole Board. This is a very important position because 60 to 70% of our costs go to purchase power. Our board members have all called on Bill at various times. We will miss his presence at our monthly meetings and board meetings, and we wish him well on his retirement. I would like to introduce and welcome our newly elected District 8 trustee, Marty Proctor. Marty will officially join the board at our trustee meeting in March. Now it's my honor to give a short opening to our CEO, Mr. Curtis Witt. Later in the program, he will introduce the executive leadership team and provide an update on our SECO cooperative projects and accomplishments. I must say that without question, SECO would not be where we are today without Mr. Witt's leadership, dedication, and the hard work of everyone at SECO. I speak for the entire board when I say we couldn't be more happier with Mr. Witt, his executive leadership team, and the direction of One SECO. It's my pleasure to welcome our CEO, Mr. Curtis Witt.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson, for the introduction and the President's report. I also want to thank our Board Vice President for opening the meeting. Good evening, and thank you for joining us at SECO Energy's 2024 annual meeting. Thank you to the audience who are tuned in virtually this evening. Portions of today's annual meeting have been pre-recorded, but our member engagement panel is standing by live. If you have a question that you would like us to address during the member engagement portion of the meeting, I encourage you to reach out to us via our special email address or phone number that are displayed on the screen or on Facebook. Employees are standing by to interact with you, and we'll do our very best to respond to questions posed to the member engagement panel that appeal to the broad SECO Energy audience. If you have an account-specific question, please contact our member services team. Both the email and the phone number are displayed on the screen. Reach out to member services and they will be happy to assist. I am honored to be here with the virtual audience. I also want to thank those of you who voted on annual meeting business prior to the start of the meeting. I appreciate your participation in the governance process. Special thanks to our SECO Energy Board of Trustees. Collectively, they serve in the best interests of the membership, providing governance and fiduciary oversight. We owe them a debt of gratitude. President Anderson spoke at length about our District 4 trustee, Richard Dennison, who regrettably passed away early this year. I echo Mr. Anderson's sentiments. Mr. Dennison had a deep understanding of the electric utility business. His wisdom and caring spirit will be missed. I too want to acknowledge our outgoing District 8 trustee, Bill James, upon his retirement from board service. Mr. James has dedicated 14 years as the SECO Energy District 8 trustee. He is a legend in the energy industry and among his co-op peers. So thank you, Mr. James, for your service. And I would like to extend a welcome to our incoming District 8 trustee, Martin Proctor. Welcome to the SECO Board of Trustees, Mr. Proctor. It is with great pride and enthusiasm that I share with you SECO Energy's significant accomplishments from the past year. These milestones demonstrate our commitment to excellence, innovation, and service to our community. Let me say, 2023 was a remarkable year. In fact, it was our 85th anniversary. In 85 years, it is clear the landscape has changed. Formerly known as Sumter Electric Cooperative, the cooperative you know today as SECO Energy electrified its first 400 rural homes in November of 1938. SECO was once a small rural utility that has grown to be the third largest electric cooperative in Florida and the seventh largest in the nation. Since 1938, Sumter Electric, now doing business as SECO Energy, has grown by leaps and bounds from its roots as a small rural electric cooperative. Central Florida's growth is significant, which creates challenges. The demand for reliable electric service is growing, and our members expect service to be affordable. With that in mind, and the reality of labor and supply chain shortages, high inflation, and rising costs on everything needed to operate our not-for-profit electric cooperative, with all of that, maintaining affordable electric rates is at the top of our list of priorities. In 2023 alone, we energized almost 9,000 new meters. This brought our total member count to over 240,000 at year end. Every day, 500,000 consumers depend on us to provide safe, affordable, and reliable electric service to meet their needs. We reached a milestone of 200,000 meters back in 2017. In less than 6 years, SECO has welcomed over 40,000 homes and businesses to its Central Florida service area. At today's growth rate, SECO is quickly on its way to hitting the 250,000 member mark. SECO and the energy industry has come a long way since 1938. To be successful and move SECO Energy into the future, we need a clear, focused, and executable strategic direction. Our strategy map outlines the initiatives SECO Energy needs to complete to be successful and move into the future as a growing, dynamic cooperative that continues to adhere to the not-for-profit business model. Despite ongoing challenges, we are well on our way to achieving our strategic initiatives. These achievements are a testament to the dedication and hard work of our team. Now, you may notice the logo on the screen looks familiar, but slightly different. This is our One SECO logo that we use for our internal communication. The term One SECO highlights our team's commitment and renewed focus on working together as one. We celebrate our wins and successes as one team and work together to move SECO Energy into the future. One SECO represents a shared mission and vision accompanied by core values that are embraced by our entire workforce. Establishing this unified vision has been instrumental in merging our team members with the ambitious objectives SECO Energy has targeted in the coming years. In 2023, our internal organization underwent several structural realignments that resulted in more efficient processes and procedures, less redundancies, and ultimately better service to you, our members. At SECO, we know what is important to you: keeping the lights on and the bills low. So first, let's talk about service reliability, or our success in keeping the lights on, by referring to three major categories. One is, how long were you without power? Two, how often did you lose your power? And three, how long did it take our team to respond to your call for power restoration? In 2023, our reliability statistics were stellar when compared to electric utilities across the country. In 2023, the average SECO member was out of power for only an average of 64 minutes. That's just over an hour. To compare this, the national average in 2022, which is the most recent data that we have available, customers were out of power for 5.5 hours. Last year, we achieved a milestone in this measurement. For the first time in our 85-year history, our members lost their power on average less than one time for the entire year in 2023. Nationally, again, compared to 2022 numbers, consumers experienced an average of almost 1.5 times of being interrupted with their power. In 2023, it took SECO's outstanding team only 69 minutes, or again, just over an hour, to restore your power once we were notified. Now let's look at the national average from 2022, almost 4 hours. As you can see, SECO compares exceptionally well. Through these measurements, SECO ranks best in class in reliability, and we have maintained these comparisons for years. The keys to these impressive statistics are ongoing maintenance and continually investing in our electric infrastructure. Our engineering and operations team follows a routine maintenance and inspection cycle that includes substation, pole, and overhead and underground equipment inspections. Yearly, our investment in vegetation management allows us to proactively trim trees away from the hundreds of miles of overhead power lines and remove weak or dying trees that would otherwise fall on the lines and cause outages. On that subject, I'm proud to say that our commitment to environmental stewardship and community engagement earned SECO the Tree Line USA designation by the National Arbor Day Foundation. 2023 was the 16th year SECO has earned this recognition. Promoting innovation is an important element of our mission statement, which I want to quote. It is, "As a not-for-profit cooperative, SECO Energy provides reliable and innovative energy services to our members and communities." Now let's cover some of our achievements in innovation for 2023. At the end of 2022, SECO's Board of Trustees approved the implementation of AMI, or Advanced Metering Infrastructure. AMI is a win for both members and the cooperative. A few of the many benefits include AMI reduces labor and contractor costs from having to manually read meters. The system will also identify power outages faster than you can enter a ticket into Storm Center. AMI identifies minor service malfunctions that could lead to a widespread outage. Most importantly, AMI will help us engage directly with you as it provides real insight into your energy use. Through Smart Hub, AMI provides meter readings in 15-minute intervals. These near real-time readings allow SECO to provide cost breakdowns for common appliances and electronics in your home. You can even receive alerts when your energy usage is higher than usual, allowing you to take measures that will avoid the surprise of a larger electric bill. Usage breakdowns allow SECO's team to help you identify energy efficiency measures you can take that will make a real difference in your monthly energy bill. Today, we have over 70,000 AMI meters installed, and we're on target to complete this sizable project in our 3-year targeted timeline. Our team of employees and contractors is working as quickly as possible to bring this technology to all of our members. The energy industry is buzzing with new ideas and innovations to effectively manage energy resources. Not to be left behind, our team has developed and is currently implementing a 10-year smart grid roadmap, which is paving the way for a more resilient and sustainable energy infrastructure. SECO is making our electrical grid smarter with programs that allow our members to engage with us and benefit as well. Soon, interested members will be able to enroll your smart devices such as your thermostat, water heater, and even your electric vehicle in programs designed to reduce our need to purchase expensive power. When that happens, SECO Energy saves money, and so do you, our members. SECO plans to incentivize members who take advantage of this newer technology that will help us consume less energy when demand is high. Now, we will announce the program launch in an upcoming edition of SECO News, so I want you to stay tuned for that. Additionally, we are exploring the viability of an energy demand reduction program using Generac Wi-Fi connected whole home generators and batteries. These devices also give SECO the opportunity to engage with our members, offer incentives to our members for participating, and further reduce our need to purchase energy during periods of high demand. Again, providing savings both to the member and to SECO Energy. In 2023, the SECO team began conducting a system-wide office and operating facilities needs assessment for our entire organization. The board subsequently reviewed and approved a master facilities plan to bring our aging facilities to modern-day service and operating standards. We completed several infrastructure investments last year. New radio towers were built near our Lauderdale, Sawgrass, and Rainbow Lake substations. We replaced existing radio towers in Sumterville, Bellevue, and Inverness. These towers support communications between our substations and our office facilities. Increased security measures were put in place, and monitoring cameras were upgraded at all locations. We also energized 2 new substations in 2023. Sawgrass is located near growing communities in South Lake County, and Landstone is located in Sumter County near the new Middleton area in the Villages. Both play a vital role in meeting the increasing population growth and demand for reliable and affordable service to Lake and Sumter County residents. Now let's talk about rates and hot bucks. After 85 years of being in business, we know that affordability or low rates is at the top of your priority list. Since October, the price of natural gas has stabilized, and we can once again credit your electric bills in the form of hot bucks due to the lower cost of natural gas, which is the primary fuel used by our wholesale power provider, Seminole Electric Cooperative. With the reapplication of hot bucks, SECO Energy's cost for residential service per 1,000 kilowatt hours dropped from $146.60 to $116.60. SECO's price of energy is one of the few essentials that actually costs less today than it did 5 years ago. And this reduction ensures SECO members are paying some of the lowest kilowatt hour rates in Florida. And we often talk about the cooperative difference, which is providing reliable power at affordable rates while operating within the cooperative business model. Capital credits is a benefit unique to cooperatives. As someone who buys power from SECO Energy, you're not just a customer. You are a member. And as a member, you share in SECO's not-for-profit business model. The excess margins that remain after paying our bills are called capital credits, which are assigned proportionally to each active member that patronizes us during a particular year. SECO's board and financial team examine our finances to determine if it is feasible to pay members a portion of their accumulated capital credits that we have assigned to those members. Now, over the past decade, SECO has returned or paid almost $47 million in capital credits to our current and former members. In 2023, we're happy to say that we have distributed over $2 million to our current and former members. As the saying goes, membership has its privileges and its benefits. Our federal government is providing a historic level of grant funding flowing from the passage of the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law in 2021 and the Inflation Reduction Act in 2022. SECO Energy has been a front runner in taking advantage of these once-in-a-generation grant funding opportunities. In 2023, the SECO team was honored to announce that the cooperative was awarded over $52 million from the U.S. Department of Energy through its Grid Resilience and Innovation Partnership called GRIP. We are awaiting approval for another over $50 million in additional funding requests that are in the pipeline. Grant funds reduce the amount of money we would otherwise have to borrow at rising interest rates. These efforts are yet another way we're working to maintain affordable electric rates. In 2022, as you recall, Hurricane Ian and Nicole, and just last year, Hurricane Idalia, crossed through SECO's service area with winds and flooding that caused damage to our facilities and to members' property, as well as causing power outages. SECO Energy's proposed project will enhance resilience by converting overhead utility lines to underground, replacing existing wooden posts to more storm-resistant steel or concrete ones, and increasing line capacity. We will also replace aging, inefficient equipment and expand low capacity with a new distribution substation. This is just the beginning. We're awaiting approval for over $50 million in additional funding requests that are in the pipeline. Recently, the U.S. Department of Treasury issued its final rule for the direct pay tax credits that electric cooperatives will soon be able to use to deploy new energy technologies, including renewables, energy storage, and even more. The Treasury Department is calling the incentives elective pay credits. Our dedicated team is consulting with tax experts to determine how we can best incorporate these tax incentives into our ongoing initiatives. You see, federal grant funds and tax incentives like these help us avoid borrowing money at higher interest rates, which helps us maintain affordable electric rates for you, the member. Member satisfaction and engagement is another of our top priorities. The American Customer Satisfaction Index is a measure of your level of satisfaction with our services. ACSI is a mainstream national survey index that ranks service-oriented organizations from hundreds of industries, including banking, utilities, airlines, cable companies, and others. Over 1,700 members participated in our 2023 ACSI survey. SECO's ACSI score for 2023 is 89 out of a possible 100, which matches our 2022 score. And when we compare our score of 89 to other utilities, SECO comes out on top. The average investor-owned utility scored 72, while the average municipal utility scored 71. We also outscored the average cooperative utility surveyed by 15 points. And this is a score that we are very proud of and are striving to maintain and even improve. A select group of members also participated in our interactive online surveys during the first quarter. If you were one of the members who participated in our recent surveys, we're grateful for your feedback and your time commitment to tell us how you feel about our services we're offering and which service offerings are most valuable to you. As I wrap up my CEO report and before we begin the live engagement portion of the annual meeting, I want to show you the strategy map again. Pay attention this time to the orange section at the bottom of the map, or what I like to call the bottom line. Hopefully, during my comments this evening, I have shared examples to persuade you as a member to believe the statements apply to you personally. Our 2023 reliability measures are outstanding. Our electricity rates are among the lowest in the state. And the fact that as members, you receive capital credits, a share of the profits, means SECO Energy is reliable and a good value. With the adoption of advanced metering infrastructure that provides energy usage details through our online account manager, Smart Hub, members can say, SECO Energy helps me manage my energy usage. SECO supports innovative energy services through smart grid initiatives, facilities updates, and investments in new infrastructure. Members can be confident that SECO Energy is my trusted source of energy solutions. What you think about the service SECO Energy provides to you is what matters the most. And that, folks, is the bottom line. Now I'm going to turn the meeting over to our corporate attorney, Scott Gerken. Mr. Gerken has reviewed the voting results of the ballots cast by our members who voted on the bylaws revisions and approval of the 2023 annual meeting minutes. Thank you again for listening, and I trust that you will engage with us when our exciting new service offerings become available.
Thank you, Mr. Nguyen. SECO Energy's bylaws allow the cooperative to apply flexibility to conduct electronic and by-mail voting on annual meeting business matters, such as approval of bylaw revisions, articles of incorporation updates, and approval of the previous year's annual meeting minutes. This year, the Board of Trustees requested 3 annual meeting business items be placed before the membership through the official 2024 annual meeting notice. The first proposed bylaws revision presented for members' vote will allow a trustee candidate, if only one candidate is certified by the Secretary, to be declared trustee at the district meeting without holding an uncontested election. The second proposed bylaw revision clarifies district residency. Members who wish to become a trustee candidate must establish district residency for a minimum of 1 year before becoming a trustee. The final item is the traditional approval of the previous year's annual meeting minutes. As the cooperative's attorney, I am here today to certify those voting results. Voting was closed at 6 p.m. as the meeting began today by Vice President Boyette. The votes counted were received prior to that 6 p.m. stated deadline and submitted in accordance with the bylaws and procedures adopted by the board. The member votes for approving the 2 bylaw revisions are as follows. 15,058 voted yes, 903 voted no, and 1,248 abstained. Total votes cast are 17,209. The bylaws revision is approved by the membership. The member votes for approving the 2023 annual meeting minutes are as follows. 15,733 voted yes, 207 voted no, and 1,269 abstained. Total votes cast, 17,209. The 2023 annual meeting minutes are clearly approved by the membership. Thank you to all who voted and played a part in the democratic process of your cooperative. All members who cast a ballot are entered in a drawing for one of 101 prizes that will be announced after the adjournment of the meeting and published on secoenergy.com. Moving on from old business to new business, this is a traditional part of the annual meeting agenda that takes us into the member engagement portion of the meeting for the live question and answer session. So I'll turn this meeting over to Mr. Wynn. Mr. Wynn.
Thank you, Mr. Gherkin. Florida statute from the 1930s contains a provision required in annual meetings called old business, new business. A more dynamic name for that section of the meeting emerged a few years ago, and we refer to it as the Member Engagement Panel. As you saw earlier this afternoon, a panel of employees are manning our special phone line. That number is 352-568-MEET, MEET. Our email address, seco24am@secoenergy.com, and on our social media platforms. So before we officially answer questions from the audience, I'd like to recognize and introduce you to the executive leadership team, which oversees SECO's day-to-day operations that result in our outstanding operating and financial results. During the member engagement question and answer portion of today's meeting, they will assist in answering questions. So first, I'd like to introduce Greg Morrell. He's our Chief Corporate Services Officer. Greg was promoted recently to his current position, and in his role, he leads teams in human relations, safety, loss control. He also has leadership with regards to member services, corporate communications, facilities, and fleet services. He is a major contributor to SECO Energy's day-to-day operations. Greg and his very capable corporate communications team have led our efforts to pull off our virtual annual meeting, and it is just surprising to me just how many details are involved in making this a success. Next is John LaSelva, our Chief Operating Officer. Recently, John was also promoted to his new role as Chief Operating Officer over reliability, operations, and now he also leads our engineering team. John has led our operations team to become one of the most progressive in the nation. Now, John is a brilliant man, but he likes to keep things simple. He often tells the men and women who work for him that their job is to do three major things. Number one, build electric service. Number two, maintain it. And number three, quickly restore it if it goes off. Now, as I mentioned during my comments, our reliability numbers far exceed industry norms, and in his new role, he is now making stellar improvements in our engineering area. We're fortunate to have John serve in so many capacities here at SECO Energy. Tracy DeLimos. Tracy is our Vice President, Corporate General Counsel. Tracy formerly worked with SECO Energy as one of our outside general counsels. She agreed to join our staff in 2022. Now, to sum up what Tracy does, she keeps our team and our board out of legal trouble. Additionally, two major areas that they cover are working with our members to ensure we have proper easements for rights-of-way on which to place our lines and poles, and that we can acquire land to build new substations and other facilities needed to cover the massive growth we are experiencing here in Central Florida. Ben Dawson is our Vice President of Growth, Smart Grid, and Operational Technology. Ben has a long title. Perhaps that's because he's smart. That's partially the reason I added the word smart to his title. He and his team handle all of the information and operational technology functions, which are expanding every day. They are responsible for making our electrical system smarter and even more reliable than it currently is. They also keep us up to date with the latest technology, and more importantly, they keep the growing amount of data that we maintain protected from cyber attacks. On top of these functions, Ben and his team help us maintain good relationships with our larger accounts and our many allies out in the community. Now, absent today is Ann Reynolds. Ann is our Vice President of Financial and Administrative Services. She's under the weather today, so if you have questions about something Ann handles, we will do our best to answer it, or we might just have to have Ann to get with you later with a real good answer. As you can tell by her title, Ann and her dedicated team handle our finances, including billing, receiving your bill payments, paying our bills, and making sure we have a clean audit at the end of the year. SECO is a fast-growing cooperative, so Ann makes sure we have the working capital we need and the material we need to build and maintain electric services for our growing membership. And last but certainly not least, you met Jerry Helms earlier. She's our executive administrator for the CEO and the board. She has the hardest job of all of us, which is to keep my 9 bosses and me equipped with all we need to serve your needs. I'm blessed to have these folks on my team, and we're ready to answer your questions at this time. Amanda, do you have any questions for us from the audience? Looks like you've got a few. Thank you. All right, so we'll get started. These are questions that have come in, and the very first one is, can you share an updated status on the AMI project, and when do you expect all meters to be replaced? And I think I'll start off by passing that over to Ben, if you're okay with that, John. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay.
All right, Ben.
Good evening. I'm happy to report that our AMI project's on track. Over 70,000 meters have already been upgraded to AMI, and we're on track to complete by year end of 2025. Labor costs will be reduced in time as the number of meters are upgraded to our AMI increases. And what I do like to do is encourage participation on our Smart Hub account management platform. Through Smart Hub, you can view your billing statements, pay your monthly bill, and once the meter has been exchanged to AMI, you can also review usage data to really help you determine where your energy budget dollars are being spent.
All right, thanks, Ben. I have another one. It is clear that costs are rising. What are some simple items members can do to help reduce overall costs? And I think I'll take this one. First of all, I want to say this is a very good question. And the first thing I would suggest for our members is that you visit our website at secoenergy.com and click on the Energy Solutions menu. There you will find energy savings tips, our home assessment and estimator tools that can give you several ideas about how to reduce your energy bills. Members can view their bills through Smart Hub and even read our monthly SECO news online, further reducing the cost of printing those items. Other things members can do is to help SECO cut costs is to have their monthly billing statement sent to them electronically. This helps reduce the printing and postage costs. Additionally, when members sign up for automatic payments through their checking account, that saves SECO on processing fees, credit and debit card fees, and the increasing cost of postage. When we cut our costs, that helps us to keep your rates as low as possible. And we're all in this together, so we hope that you will do that. We have another question. This one is, does SECO support the adoption of electric vehicles? And I'll call on Greg Morrell to cover this one. Greg?
Yes, sir. Thank you. SECO supports electrification wherever it occurs and is a benefit to our members. Obviously, EVs are becoming a large part of the transportation equation. What we at SECO promote is smart charging. We offer a program to members who have purchased an EV. They can lease or purchase a level 2 EV fast charger to reduce charging times. Members with an EV are also incentivized $7 a month for charging during off-peak times, which is between midnight and 6 a.m. The choice whether to purchase an EV is truly left to the consumer. It's left to the member to determine if an EV is a good fit for them.
Thank you, Greg.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. All right, we got another one. I like this one. Are you sending salespeople to neighborhoods to sell solar systems? And I've been contacted multiple times. Wow. Well, the short answer to that is no. We've heard from many members that solar salespeople are claiming that they have been sent to them by SECO Energy, or that SECO is running out of power for their homes. And these are, at the very least, shady business practices and are, frankly, totally untrue. So that answer is no. The next one, does SECO have plans to expand its service area? What neighborhoods will you serve next? Well, I think we'll turn this one over to Tracy. Tracy, you want to cover this one?
So the short answer is, unfortunately, we don't have plans to expand our service area. Agreements on the territory for utilities is regulated by the Florida Public Service Commission and was established, those territorial boundaries, a long time ago. While we'd love to serve more members, it's simply just not allowed by the Florida Public Service Commission. We do have plenty of plans in place, though, to manage the growth in our territory. And last year, our board approved a 5-year master facilities plan to build or upgrade our aging office locations, including warehouse and fleet. So we're looking forward to that project. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, we have another one. This one, I'm sure everybody's interested in, is how do we lower our monthly bills? And I think I'll call on Greg again to cover this one.
Absolutely. That's probably one of the most popular questions that we get on a regular basis. There are some best practices for reducing your use and conserving energy. One of the largest energy users in your home is obviously your HVAC system. Investing in a programmable thermostat that adjusts the temperature while you're away is a very wise investment that will help you save money. Maintaining your HVAC system annually, or at least twice a year maybe, is a really good idea. A poorly maintained air conditioner can cost you a lot of money. If it's time to replace an appliance, look for Energy Star related models that display the average yearly energy cost. You should also complete the home energy assessment, which you can find on secoenergy.com, and complete a full energy audit of your home. Our energy estimator, also available on our website, helps you determine the cost associated with common household appliances and electronics. Thank you.
Thanks, Greg. Wow, members, you have some very good questions. This one is very important, and this has to do with security. And the question is, what are SECO's plans for power grid security, including terrorism, cybersecurity, or even EMP? And this one came from several members, so we'll call on the smart guy, Mr. Ben Dawson, to answer this one. Ben?
Thank you. First and most importantly, SECO Construction meets all electrical industry standards. We continually review our maintenance plans and perform work to harden our system. SECO has spent millions on equipment upgrades and large investments in pole replacements, tree trimming, and other system improvements as required. In case of an on-site attack or a major disaster, the impact would be widespread and most likely felt well beyond the electric utility. SECO has invested in rigorous security measures that adhere to utility standards. We have also taken a proactive stance on cybersecurity, including continuously improving our defenses and monitoring. The SECO Board of the Trustees authorized multi-year investments in human, hardware, and software resources for that very reason. Please be rest assured our cyber and physical security measurements meet and exceed industry standards as recommended by utility experts.
Thank you, Ben. Glad to hear that. Okay, I'm glad we got this one because the one person who hasn't come up yet is John LaSelva. We can't have a forum and not have John answer at least one question. So this one is for you, John. Thank you. How can SECO and its members be less impacted by hurricanes? John, you're the perfect person for that question, so come on up.
Thank you, Curtis. So living in Florida, we all know that hurricanes is a likely possibility, and SECO is definitely storm ready. It's not a slogan, it's a life here at SECO. We are prepared with our team to have storm drills. We also have a storm plan and a storm model. In addition, we have a maintenance program to replace aged wooden poles with concrete poles. We have an inspection program where we look at all of our facilities every 8 years. And those are the things that SECO does to prepare for a hurricane. But you can be a big help to prepare for a hurricane. One of the major causes of outages after a hurricane is tree-caused outages. Our vegetation management team contacts all of our members when it's time to trim or remove trees that are close to our power lines. You can surely help us by meeting with our team, giving us permission to trim trees away from the power lines, and to reduce or eliminate outages after a hurricane. The final part of hurricane preparedness and restoration is your personal safety. It is very important to SECO that you are safe. And personally, if you have an evacuation order, it's important to heed those orders and leave your home and go to someplace safe. SECO will be here and weather the storm and be probably at your house before you get back from being evacuated. But it's important that you are safe. That's the most important thing to us. Please follow your storm guide. You can go to our website and look at SECO's storm guide. Make sure that you have enough water and food if you stay in your house, and be safe. Generator safety is also important, so please go to our website and look at the tips and tricks that we have to keep you safe if you use a generator. So, Mr. Wynn, I think that covers hurricanes. I hope we don't get one. Our prayers are that we don't get a hurricane this year, but I can assure our members that if we get one, we're ready to react after impact.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Thanks for all the work you do to keep the lights on. Those are the questions that we have, but if you'll bear with me for just a few more minutes, I think it's really important to share with you some of the compliments that we've gotten from members. And I'll do this really to just highlight some of the things that our employees do on a day-to-day basis, and it really is good to hear from members in a positive way. The first one comes from Stephen P. in the Villages. It says, I want to thank all SECO workers for their expert, efficient, and honest work. Your company is the most professional energy company I've ever had. It was a pleasure and comfort to know you're always there and ready to help. A few years ago, I had an indirect lightning strike that affected my electricity. SECO responded in a quick response time and left me with a comforting state of mind in a very scary situation. Your field associates are very professional. Thank you. I am very proud to be a SECO member. Thank you for that. Judy B. from Summerfield. You have proven that your service is 100%. Thank you. Herman H. from Ocala. Please share that we appreciate your service and the way you do business. From your customer service staff to your linemen and field staff, everyone, in all caps, everyone we have encountered in the past 16 years of dealing with SECO has been professional and has done exactly what they said they would do when they said they would do it. Sharon H. from Ocala. Just wanted to let everyone at SECO know that your hard work and quality standards are appreciated. Keep up the excellent work and be proud. David R. from Leesburg. We greatly appreciate your efforts to hold utility rates at a level that reflects the issues affecting most households as far as budgeting. Thank you from our family to yours. Kim G. from Inverness. Happy 85th birthday to SECO Energy. May you have many more years of service, innovation, and community. As a past customer of a very large power company in Orlando for 30+ years, I find SECO to be extremely positive in the manner in which you conduct your business. So thank you. And the last one comes from Gail. That one was from John A., and I didn't get the town that he was coming from. And this last one is from Gail from Ocala. I want to express my gratitude for your electric service. I have been in Ocala for 33 years. I've had 3 different electric suppliers for the 3 different houses. I am more pleased with SECO than the other 2. Thank you for your continued great service. I just want to thank you members who chimed in with us live today, and as we draw our 2020 24 annual meeting to a close. Once again, thank you for watching. On behalf of our executive leadership team, our Board of Trustees, and the outstanding team of SECO employees, we thank you, our valued members, for your support. In this coming year, we will continue to fulfill our mission and our vision while keeping our core values front and center in our daily responsibilities. At this time, we are going to call on, first, before I do that, after the closing of the meeting, the prize winners will be announced on the screen, so stay tuned. You can also review the full winners list on our website. I'd like to ask our board president, Mr. Anderson, to bring the meeting to a close. Mr. Anderson?
I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The meeting is adjourned.